ho 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 ho. Thank you, Santa, for introducing in. Yes, it is the best idea since premarital sex on Halloween. Thank you very much, sir. Wasn't that nice?
I didn't know you spoke Hohanese.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was Santa. He just had to leave. Bye, Santa. Oh. He just wanted to stop by and give me my present early. And then after that, he decided to record something.
How did you get a guest like that?
Oh, it's going to be one of those ones. Well, I can say I have an in because I'm one of his official people on Earth. So,
oh, really?
On Earth, that means it sounds like he's an alien. One of his official people on the ground after my appearance at the local church Christmas show as Santa Claus himself.
Oh, I see. So you weren't just being elfish.
No, I wasn't. Oh, are you drinking?
Gribena now, but I have been on the red wine.
There you go.
Hello, everybody.
You drunk so much red wine it now tastes like Ribena. Yeah.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm being brought to you by Not Your Father's Root Beer.
Okay.
Which just tastes like root beer.
That sounds almost Star Wars appropriate, but this is the wrong show for that, so we're not even going to mention it.
No Star Wars, especially as I've not seen it. Dang it!
And given that every other podcast in the world at the moment is going to be Star Wars centric, it's kind of nice that this is a spaceship-free zone. Unless we're talking about Event Horizon, but we're not, so you're fine.
We should. I like that movie. But no SW on this show.
Nope.
You're a spoiler-free zone.
Yay.
I was going to try and say something there, but I'm not going to, just in case I accidentally spoiled something that I didn't know was actually in the movie. I
actually heard somebody did exactly that in New Zealand. It came out there a bit early or something because of the time difference or something like that.
Yeah.
Before he went into the movie, put on Facebook, of course, blah, blah, blah happens in the film, and then just died because it did. And everybody was furious with him. But they could see from the timestamp of his message that, he couldn't have known.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is walking into the cinema and joking about people saying things coming out, I did pretty much the same thing, almost. I was pretty near the knuckle. It was quite funny. So then advised everybody I spoke to after that who was going to go and see it to wear headphones on the way in so you don't hear what the people coming out of the screening before you are saying, because it did happen to another friend of mine and it had it completely ruined for him. So
that's
be wary, people.
Yes.
If you have left it this long, I mean, God. In fact, by the time this show comes out, there'll be no excuse at all.
Yeah, the DVD will be coming out next week. Yeah. Even though we're not talking about it, we're going to talk about it. My friend at work, he said he read absolutely everything he could about it going in. He watched the last screenshot or whatever was on the internet and everything, and he was
okay.
He's like, well, I don't see the big deal. He's like, I go to see movies and I've read the book. It's the same thing. I was like, okay, good argument. I was like, I can't argue with that one. So,
fair enough.
I was
Did the exact opposite to me then.
Yeah. Oh no, he wanted to know everything. So currently, I think he is at his second screening with his notepad, probably because the first one was his geek out moment, and the second one was actually analysing everything.
Exactly. Yes, you have to go back and pay attention. I'm in the bit where I'm deciding when to go next.
Yeah.
So if we're not talking about it, that was an interesting 5 minutes. Right, should we carry on?
Hi, hello, welcome everybody to the Christmas end of year blowout thing show.
Call it that. Some others would call it a festive obligation show. But it's our Christmas special.
It's a show, and we'll talk about stuff for however long we want to talk about stuff for. And Merry Christmas, you bastards.
He meant that in a loving way.
Whom I love, yes. Who we love.
Yes.
Okay. Seeing as I got chastised after the last show,
you did?
I don't watch anything.
That was a smackdown you got on the old Facebook,
hang on a second,
it?
I'm not feeling very good. Fuck you, Ollie. Sorry. I've got a bit of a man flu that might come up quite a few times. Yes. I have watched something, so...
For those not on our Facebook, Ollie, long-time listener, got on and basically said, "Oh yeah, the show where one guy's seen nothing and the other one doesn't shut up for 3 hours." I was like, "Okay, yeah, fair criticism." Well, if you're not on our Facebook, why not? Go on there. Little Pot of Horrors.
Exactly.
Anyway,
it's a jumping place for us to give crap to Ollie and vice versa.
Yes.
But we do love him because he gave us the 50 Shades of Death for free.
Yes.
So
yeah, he did.
We can't complain.
Not at all.
But yeah, I have watched a movie and an entire season of a TV show.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I kind of hardlined it or mainlined it in a day.
Whoa.
Pretty much.
I'm impressed.
So, awesome. What do you want first? You choose.
Can I spoil it by guessing what the series is?
Well, yeah, you can, because I've already told you.
Didn't you talk about it last time? No, I talked about it last time.
No, you talked about it last time.
I'm not stealing your thunder. Sorry, I'm shutting up. Cut that out. Carry on.
I told you. Good message. I've watched it. Yes.
I was so
we'll go there. Based on your recommendation from last show, I have completely watched the entire season, which is like 10 episodes, 12 episodes, something like that, as he quickly IMDb's and does this, of the MTV show Scream.
Nobody puts on a mask and commits a murder like that just once. The real question is, who's next?
I am scared every time I get a phone call, every time I get a text. My life is not a game.
Yes, it is. And when I decide it's over, you will lose.
Let's play a game. I am the predator, I'm gonna make you my prey.
Every killer is someone's friend.
I'm coming straight for your heart.
There is no way out of this.
When I get next to you, I'm gonna tear you apart.
Everybody's a suspect, including us.
Wait, where are you on that list?
Duh. I'm making the list.
Nice resting creep face.
Back at ya.
Thank you.
I wanna see what happens.
Oh, holy Manson family album. It's a genuine killer's lair.
Why is your DNA on the inside of the mask?
I cannot just keep lying to Emma.
Lying to me about what?
Emma, this is getting insane.
Karma doesn't just happen. Sometimes you have to take it in your own hand. Ah, shit! Turn that off!
You like liquid so far?
Yeah. You know, aside from all the murders, it's nice.
Get loud, baby, take me higher. I'm an animal. I'm going in for the kill.
This is all a test, and when I fail, people die.
Now go hard, get hot, let's start a fire. The killer's here.
No, come on!
It ends with you.
Scream. All new Tuesdays at 10.
Said it was good, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that I watched it all in one day should kind of give it away that I enjoyed it. Yeah, because the reason I went on there is I've been trying to find Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Okay.
Which I hadn't been able to find. It's not on Amazon. It's not on iTunes. It's not on Hulu. It wasn't on Netflix. It wasn't on anywhere. I could not find it unless you had cable.
Oh, say because I hear it's on Hulu Plus.
Yes. Well, that's what I thought. So I got my Hulu subscription, free trial, whatever.
Yeah.
And thought, okay, I'll find it on there. It's not on there. Bastard. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm not looking properly. So I found Scream instead, which I'll get to in a minute. But since then, I've learned from the Admiral that it is on Hulu if you go on your computer. I wasn't on the computer. I was on the PS3. So it's one of these weird ones. So I go on there, I find it, and it's like, yeah, you can get a link to Stars, which is the cable show channel, whatever, who's doing it, and you can go watch it. The first episode. You can't watch any other episodes unless you have a cable subscription or a subscription to Stars. Fuck yous.
Well, it's their hot property, isn't it? They're going to milk it for money as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go out and buy a cable subscription for it. If you want to sell it to me for $2, then I'll buy it from you. But they're not even doing that.
It's like flipping Xbox and PS4 exclusivity at the moment, because I really want to play the next Tomb Raider game. And I just found out that the next Tomb Raider game has Xbox exclusivity, try saying that fast 3 times, for the next year.
What?
So I've got to wait a year, then it comes out on PS4, then it'll be like 50 odd quid, and bollocks am I paying that much for it? So then I got to wait another 6 months for the price to drop, and it's just like, I don't understand. Just make your money now. Being exclusive doesn't make you any more money. People who have Xboxes have Xboxes. People who have PS4s have PS4s.
Yes.
It's just running up to Christmas. Yeah, you might convince some people with the sales packs to buy that console with that game. Fine, unlock it after Christmas. Don't unlock it this time next year.
No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Sorry.
So it is. You're not going to get people to buy your console just for a game if they already own the other one.
Exactly.
I don't think. You're an Xbox or a PS4, and that's it. Or PlayStation, and that's you usually. Speaking of PlayStation 4, Tangent Central. Yeah.
Welcome to Simply Syndicated, ladies and gentlemen.
My son decided he was going to treat himself and buy the PS4 because Black Ops 3 was coming out.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is a big lot of money. You have a car now. If the car breaks down, that's it. You have to decide what you're going to do. You're going to sell your PS4 or go without a car because I am not paying when you've had the money and blown it. So he was deciding to do that, and I was looking up the games and going, well, you can still get it for the PS3. So we don't really need to get it for the PS4. So you look at the Black Ops 3 version, you don't get the online multiplayer.
Oh.
No. You get the online multiplayer and you get zombies, but you don't get the campaign. But it still charges you $60.
Oh, harsh.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they're forcing you to go to the PS4, which I kind of see. You want to put all your money in developing for one game system, or one high-gen or next-gen game system. With the PS4 and Xbox kind of thing, you don't want to keep supporting multi-formats, I guess. So I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I can see that. Then he buys it. He gets a deal with his papa who works at Walmart and who worked Thanksgiving, and he gets a 25% day discount kind of thing. So he got it cheaper, which was nice of his papa to do that. Use his discount on him. Brings the game home, goes to put it on. Yeah, everything's fine. Goes to do online. No, you have to buy Sony's $50 a year online PlayStation Plus membership to be able to play it.
I always thought it was free on PlayStation.
It was until
used
the
to be the advantage.
till the PlayStation 4 came out. And now you have to pay $50 a year just to play online games.
Well, I hate playing online games anyway, so I don't really care. But that sucks for him.
Well, yeah, cause that's the fun of, or his fun of, Black Ops 3 and all that stuff was going online and just messing around with other people. Not talking or anything like that stuff, because we bar all that because they're twats.
Yeah, okay.
But just playing, having fun, rather than playing against robots and crap like that.
Yeah, because otherwise you just get shouted at by a 13-year-old from Liverpool because you're looking up when you should be fighting and shooting things.
Yes, exactly. So we banned all that chat, and he's fine with that because he listened to them for a while and went, I don't want that.
Yeah, they're morons.
Yeah, so you're $400 for the game system, $60 for the new game, and then an additional $50 so you can play the damn thing online. Bullshit. Sorry.
Welcome to Take It or World Stage 1. World 1, Stage 1. World 1, Stage, Take It or Leave It. With horror.
Oh, yeah, we were pissed when that happened. Anyway.
I'll bet, yeah.
It's just the way it's going. Next thing it'll be Grand Theft Auto, pay $60 and you get 5 minutes.
Well, I'm looking in when the sales hit. There's that kind of spooky slasher movie type game for the PS4. Something Within. No, not The Evil Within. That's the other one we talked about.
It's the other one that I've not touched in about a year.
I don't know what it is about this game, but every time I think about it, the name just disappears out of my head. But yeah, it's sort of a snowscape slasher movie sort of thing. It's supposed to be very good.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new one coming out.
It was the one they were trailing at Fright Fest, so it's been out a while. So the price, I'm expecting a bit of a sale after Christmas, and maybe a bit of time to be able to play it would be nice. We can report on some horror gaming again, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I might have to try and get back into the Evil Within if I get time.
Well, weirdly, last Christmas, like we've just come back from Norwich, seeing family up there, and it was last year when we were in Norwich that I took that game with me, and my nephew George managed to get past the bit that I found impossible and was raging out about, and played quite a long way into the game, and I actually started to see there are some good bits to that game. But you know what? I haven't picked it up since, and a year has gone past.
Yeah, I'm the same. My son plays that a couple of times when we were recording. I think just to taunt me.
Yeah, I remember.
He's so far. So, but yeah, one day when I'm retired, I'll play that damn game.
There's still not enough horror, and the horror games are difficult. I appreciate, but I'm still looking for the one that rocks my world. That just terrifies me beyond belief, but still has the playability and the staying power. I can't put it down. That I'm looking for that game.
Yeah,
and I haven't
we don't
seen
want
it yet.
puzzles. We don't want anything. We want a kind of hide and seek type-esque thing.
Yeah, well, I suppose there's Alien Isolation, but that doesn't appeal to me at all.
I almost bought that, but yeah, I heard it was too hard.
Well, I've never been any good at Hitman or anything like that, where you have to sneak around and hide.
Yeah.
And I don't like sneaking around and hiding either, so I sort of want all that suspense that comes with that. But when the alien goes boo, I could just blow its face off with a shotgun or something,
Yeah, it works.
I want best of both worlds.
There is a calling there, boys. The Little Pot of Horror presents the next best horror game.
Yeah. Along with our 60-minute movie festival.
All we need is $100 million.
Yeah,
and then we can kind of invest all these, or secret angels or whatever they're called, to just give us money.
Drop in the ocean.
Yes, somebody has to be out there going, these guys have got some plans. Give them some money.
We could set one of those Patreon pages, which makes me the concept of which makes me so uncomfortable. It's like, hey, everybody out there in listener land listening to podcasts, yeah? I'm amazing, and I know you know I'm amazing, so what I'd like you to do is give me money every month to be even more amazing, yeah? So here's my page. Give me money. I've just slagged off everyone I know who's on there. I'm really sorry. That's just how my brain does it. I'm not saying that you guys are like that. Oh, God, backpedal, dig a hole, dig a hole.
The next show will be brought to you from a different network.
I just find it a really uncomfortable concept.
I hate asking for money. I can't do it.
No, it's odd. Yeah, I pay hundreds of pounds a year to do this podcast for free, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I do this? And I realise I'm a massive narcissist, and I like talking bollocks so other people could hear it. So there we go. That's it.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
It'll never make me my fortune, but it's fun.
And
it's great.
Fun.
Otherwise, I don't get a regular chat with Gordon otherwise either, and that's important. So
there you go. Yes, that's why we do it. We're not allowed to talk to each other unless we're podcasting.
Yes.
So.
We must produce content at all times.
Yes. Speaking of content, where the hell were we 20 minutes later?
Yeah, that was a hell of a tangent, wasn't it? You were slagging off Cable, but initially you were talking about Scream.
Scream the TV series. Have you finished it?
No, I haven't had time as usual.
Okay, that's fine. How many episodes have you watched?
I think I'm on number 3.
Okay.
Or it might be 2. The podcast lady turned up and I pissed myself laughing.
I think that's 2. I can't remember.
You got the tie-in with that, yeah, I take it?
Yes. That was
what it was supposed to be. I'm not going to say what it is because it's a spoiler. I don't want to spoil that gag for people, but...
It's good. Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
But okay. I'm not going to spoil anything in it whatsoever. It's 10 episodes long. So I watched the first one, the pilot, when the kids were gone on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then when the wife came back, or when they all came back, I think I just put episode 2 because they were gone on the next day as well. So I just put it on and we just mainlined right through to the end of 10 the same day. It's awesome. I love Scream. The first one. The other ones are okay, but the first one was my big comeback into horror.
Yeah.
A huge change in life, blah, 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 blah. And when the TV series came out, I was like, oh, no, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill what I love.
Yeah.
And they didn't. They really didn't. You don't
is
have to...
rare.
You don't have to have seen the movies. It's got no tie-in with the movies or anything like that. There's some similarities to them when they're sitting in classrooms talking about horrors and things like that. You can kind of see flashbacks to the scene in college in Scream 2. Those kind of things, but you don't have to have any knowledge of what Ghostface is or anything like that. It's just a completely different story running with it on a TV basis. Yeah. And there's so much love that's gone into this, and there's so many twists and turns, and is it them? Oh, hang on, I can't be them because of that. Oh, it's them. No, because it's that, and it's oh god, and literally right up until about maybe 20 minutes before the very end was when I guessed it.
Really?
Yes,
wow.
I could not guess who it was. Lavinia will watch it in episode 1 and she'll go, it's her.
Yeah, she will.
Or him, or them, or both of them, or all of them, or the dog. But
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. It was like 20 minutes in, I was like, no, it can't be. Okay. Awesome show. Very well done. They do not hold back on the gore whatsoever, which I loved. It was like, no, because MTV's cable, and this was probably shown at 9, 10 o'clock at night. It was like, screw you, we're going all out for it. When we're going to show blood, we're going to show blood. Brilliant.
I bet they still backed off on the boobs, though, didn't they?
I don't believe there were boobs.
Ah, you see.
You got to have something. I mean, there's skimpy bikinis, so...
Yeah.
As my wife said the other day, there's boobs of some sort. You're either going to see them or you're just about going to see them. So, yes, absolutely brilliant. Awesome TV show. Cliffhangers on every episode almost. A lot of fun. If you can check it out, it's well worth it. If you have to pay $2 to watch an episode, you won't be disappointed. Thank you for your recommendation. Loved it.
Actually, I think the reason I stopped, because I probably would have ploughed on with it as well. But I think the reason I stopped is because I thought I wasn't watching it with Lavinia, and I thought she's going to really dig this, so I need to sort of go back and do it again. So, yeah, we'll maybe over the Christmas period we'll get time to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole day. It's 40 minutes an episode kind of thing. So with no commercials and stuff, you can fly through it fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So it was one of those ones that I knew Bobby was getting hooked in because she was kind of getting less and less on the Kindle. Kind of more and more. Going, hang on, what did he just do? What was that? And I was
Gotcha.
like, yeah. It's like, okay, you're watching it now. So it was a lot of fun. Interesting to see will they go for season 2.
Well,
seeing as
yeah.
they've already announced it, but I won't say any more until you've seen it and we can have a spoilerific chat.
Well, as long as the season 2 finale is better than the Scream 2 finale, I'll be happy.
That was all right.
Don't have to stand up in disgust and go, it was his mum!
Spoiler!
Sorry.
It's like 20 years old or some crap now. So.
Yeah, there's statute of limitations on that. And it's... I didn't like that film.
Okay, everybody slow down. I have had a very, very bad day, and I would like to know exactly what the fuck is going on here. Sydney?
Cotton, meet Billy Loomis's mother. She's the killer.
What? And who's that?
The other killer, Mickey.
Okay.
Look, Cotton.
Shut up. So, you're not Debbie Salt, are you? You're not with the Post-Telegraph.
No, but I can still help you, Cotton. You don't need her. Let me kill her. As long as she's alive, you're never going to be the lead story. That's what you really want, isn't it, Cotton? If you really want to be in the spotlight, just let me kill her right now. Then you're the only survivor. You're the star.
Well, I've been doing a synergy binge. That makes any sense?
I'll say yes.
I've been reading and then watching the films to catch up with the reading. Now, I wasn't initially going to mention because...
You got book reports or something?
Sort of. It's not really horror.
Okay.
But the more I watch it, the more horror it's getting. And I think it has a place on this show.
Okay.
So, I think it's our show. We can do what we want.
That's what I usually say.
I missed the whole train for Harry Potter. The whole lot. And sadly,
yeah.
I did go on the rides and stuff at Universal when I was over there.
Uh-huh.
And I thoroughly enjoyed the rides and the Diagon Alley they built and everything else. It's all very impressive, but I was just... Because I had no frame of reference for any of it. I was like,
yeah.
Why are there 30-year-old people walking around with cloaks and wands? They're really strange.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who
I think
knows?
that still is strange when you meet them at the front of the park and they walk in looking like that and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just a muggle. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what a muggle is, so...
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss the terminology in the circles we move in.
Okay.
And I think Jacob and Mandy did a series on Potterisms and so on, and I did listen to them sort of going through it. And I don't know, because firstly, reading, I don't have time, and then the audiobooks were like £1 million, but then all of a sudden they became available on Audible as read by Stephen Fry, and he could read my takeaway menu, and I'd pay money to hear it. So I've been getting those with all my credits basically, and I actually ended up buying 3 extra credits to get through the books faster. So I've also seen the last 20 minutes of the first movie about 8 times, and I'd grown to absolutely detest it.
Yes.
Because I hadn't seen the beginning, and the acting is so bad.
Leo, they're just little kids.
But couldn't they find kids that could act? Look, I'm sorry, but when I was that age, I acted better than Daniel Radcliffe. I should have stuck with it, man. Anyway, so I thought that I'm going to do it, and we went to one of these like DVD cheapo shops, and we managed to buy the entire set of Blu-rays for 20 quid.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, that'll do. So literally we're a bit late recording tonight. We were just finishing the Chamber of Secrets.
Okay.
And I was going to stop it and come and record, but I actually fell asleep. But it's good because when you've read the book, you know the plot, and you go, oh yeah, I know what happened. It's fine. I'll just pick it up from here. Yeah, and I am enjoying them a lot more because I've read the books. And the thing that's keeping me going, because they're not that good, and I could check out at this point.
The movies or the books?
Well, I've just finished, today I've watched A Chamber of Secrets, and I've finished reading or listening to The Goblet of Fire today.
Okay. And
that gets nice and dark at the end. You're talking, limb severances and deaths, and, it's getting really quite brooding. I think that's quite cool. So, because people have told me it gets worse towards the end, I'm like, okay, I'll stick with it. And it's scary, witchy, horror-y type stuff. So yeah, I shall continue on my journey with it, and I will check in with you on this show and let people know what I think. Really, but
excuse me. Well, you're in good hands with Stephen Fry. I'm sorry to everybody outside of the UK who will not have access to these books through Audible and all that stuff, because you have your own narrators who's doing it. Right. I think it's someone else in the US, and he's got all the plaudits and awards, and he's just so amazing, blah blah blah. Piss off. He's no Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry is awesome. He is the best narrator in the entire world, and I cannot think of Harry Potter now without thinking of Stephen Fry.
Yeah. Well,
his narration is amazing.
It's a British book. It has a British accent.
Yes.
And I'm fairly sure he must have recorded those before the movies were made.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if the people who made the movies had listened to his performances, but I'm watching the Chamber of Secrets with the Lockhart in there, played by Kenneth Branagh. And when he started speaking, the voice and affectations he put on were exactly what Stephen Fry does in the audiobook. I was like, that's brilliant.
It wouldn't surprise me if some people were like, yeah, I like that. Because, he's 100% invested in the characters and that. Yeah. Everyone's a different voice and everything. It's just amazing the way he does it.
It's effortless as well. You don't even think about it. You just go along with it,
Yeah. I shall admit on here that there are many, 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 many nights in my adult life where I went to sleep listening to Stephen Fry reading Harry Potter.
Oh, right.
It was something soothing and calming in the background. I'm happy. Pleased you're enjoying them. The movies get better from here.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that. The books, I've seen a tiny snippet of The Prisoner of Azkaban. And I've seen how much darker it looks in tone and filter and all this kind of stuff. So
yes,
I'm thinking from there I'm going to be much more invested. But then I'm going to have the thing of I'm going to want to rattle through the movies, but I'm trying to don't watch the movie till I finish the book for each one. Yeah, because there's loads of little bits they have to cut out for time, and I'd rather just have the full story. And I don't want to Martian myself.
And I'm fairly sure the next book is the biggest book of the lot.
Oh, okay.
I think Order of the Phoenix is the girthiest one.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the Half-Blood Prince gets girthier. So,
right.
There's still big books after that, but I think Order of the Phoenix is the biggest one.
Right.
And that book made me so angry.
Okay.
Once you get past that one, we can talk about that. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, the rage that put in me. Anyway.
Stay tuned, people.
Yes. That's exciting.
On the movie front, I've had so little time. I've been crap, basically. I haven't watched any horror anything other than my sort of not weekly doses, but Ash versus Evil Dead, which obviously we're not going to talk about until you've seen those, so we can't really talk about that. I didn't watch any more American Horror Story either.
I haven't even dabbled in that yet.
Yeah, just, it's all about the nipple tape. Anyway, so the only film I've really got to talk about is one that I wanted to see at the cinema, and I don't think I even saw it get a release here, because it was done in 3D. And that was Nurse 3D. Do you remember this?
Oh, I remember the trailer for it, yes.
Abby, this is my boyfriend, Steve. Hi.
Abby Russell. Wanna meet up later tonight? Just us girls? Here you go.
Where am I?
My apartment.
Did I ever call Steve back?
Don't worry, I texted him from your phone. As you. Spend the day with me.
Abby, I have to go.
Danny, is there something going on between you guys? Since when did you guys become close?
We're not. She thinks we are.
You know, you look really familiar. You look like my next door neighbor, Sarah. They put her in Sunnyview Institute when she was just a kid.
Cast my spell and it's alright. Take no prisoners.
Hello, sweet thing.
You have to believe me. She's crazy. She's a killer.
Nurse.
Let me get some toys.
Rated R.
Yeah. What to say about this movie? Well, it certainly delivers in terms of the titillation it promises.
I guessed that from watching the trailer.
Yeah. They're not backwards and coming forwards on that. And there's some pretty gruesome kills, but it's just this sort of jealousy story. Nurse sleeps with another nurse, but she's like only gay for the night because she's been drinking, because you know how that happens.
Yeah.
And she just goes on this like vendetta to sort of get her back and discredit her in the eyes of other people and get her away from her boyfriend. She just goes total psycho on her, really. It's really well made, but I think it just suffers so much in the plot department.
Okay.
That you can't really give it the score you think you want to.
Okay.
It didn't really grab me, but for a fun boob-filled, blood-splattery, surgical, rather inappropriate film, it was quite fun.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it then.
Yeah, and I think I might buy it in 3D just to compare. I'll put it on the shelf next to my Piranha 3D.
Can you put it on and go?
What's the smudge in front of the Have you been motorboating the television again?
Okay.
Should we move on before I say anything else inappropriate?
Yes, we're bad. Yeah, I had all hopes and plans and all that fun stuff, and didn't happen. And I have watched the movie. I need to go back and watch it again because I had to do my Old Faithful from the beginning of the year and just chop it up.
Oh,
so
no.
all the way I was going to get it done is by watching snippets as and when I had time. But I had to catch up with it because I had to know how 2016 was going to go and whether there would be a Little Pot of Horrors continuing into the next year.
Of course. How can I forget?
So yes, I did buy and own a little movie which I think you know and kind of rate reasonably highly. Deathgasm.
Seen it once or twice.
I thought you had. It didn't ring the bell when I saw it. Ring the bell? Rang a bell when I saw it on Amazon. Okay.
Do you want a fucking drum roll?
I'm just not quite sure how to put this tactfully. so that we're still talking and stuff like that. I can see why it ticks absolutely every box in your checklist. There's some boobs in it. There's some very heavy metal stuff in it. There's some unbelievable over-the-top blood and gore and penis severage and everything. Which is all very, very well done. And this, it doesn't really fit in my realm of my kind of movie. But I fucking loved it. It was awesome. Absolute. I should not have liked this movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, you should all be cheering as loud as I just did, because that means you get more podcast episodes in the future.
You can't. I don't know how anybody could not enjoy something in that movie. If you can watch it all. I mean, I wanted to watch it all in a one sitting so I could get all the one-liners and stuff again. But there were times I was just peeing myself with laughter at just some of the deadpan one-liners that was coming out.
You put a top down. Do it again.
There's just so much fun in there.
Yeah.
And it's just over-the-top gore. Completely over the top. Let's just throw blood on it. Come on, more blood, more blood, more blood. Let's go. No, we haven't lingered on this shot for long enough. Keep going. It's just a lot of fun. There's some bits I didn't get because I'm not from that world. And no, I'm not talking New Zealand. But
well, there's the nerdy metal jokes, isn't there? Sort of.
Yes.
Guys, isn't it just somebody screaming? And he's like, nah. Well, yeah, there's deathcore, punk, porno grind. It goes through like a list.
But I was like, okay, that sounds about right from those names. They may not be real names, but that sounds about names of heavy metal genres. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wish I had seen it in a festival audience.
Yes.
Late night festival audience who are sleep deprived and would just laugh at pretty much anything and everything. That would have been a blast.
Yeah.
So very jealous of you getting to see it with that kind of audience. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, twice like that. No, three. I want to about 3 times I saw it with the festival audience. And it slayed every time.
Which I can see why it would. Like I say, it's not everything is completely my cup of tea because we've talked about me not being the kind of horror comedy person. But it's done so well. It's over the top, but over the top enough. It just doesn't go too far. You can see it just getting there and starting to push the boundary a little bit, and then it stops and brings it back again.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Excellent.
A lot of fun. That's it. Got to check it out again, just with a few beers and just have the wife watch it as well. So,
excellent.
See what we think.
Well, that does mean, Gordon, officially, the next time we see each other in the flesh, we will be doing the Deathgasm handshake.
I'm going to have to practice that. As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah. Me and Casey now do that.
I bet you do. It's a very cool handshake.
Yeah, I like it, actually.
But yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm so pleased you liked it. So pleased.
And I'm not just saying that because I love you. I did truly enjoy it. I was chuckling.
Oh, no, I know you. If you didn't like something, you'd tell me.
You would have known. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose that was my reservation, is that it obviously pays a lot of love and homage to Evil Dead in its approach, and that may have been too much that way for you, so I'm glad it didn't do that.
Yeah, I think the way the characters were playing it, the way it's acted, is really what kept me going in it. Because they weren't too over the top with anything. There was no kind of campiness and playing it up or anything like that kind of.
Yeah.
Which ruined Evil Dead 2 for me. But that the way it was just all deadpan was just, the humour worked for me in this instance. So it's just, I guess, the way the kind of humour for the mother and Housebound worked for you.
Yeah.
I didn't quite work for me. It worked for me in this one. So,
oh, good.
Maybe it's just you got to be in the right frame of mind or something. You cannot put this on just willy-nilly. You've got to be like, okay, I want to watch this. And kind of be in an upbeat, cheery frame of mind. And you'll have a lot of fun with it. So, thank you, sir.
I think it's coming out in February here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I pre-ordered the DVD and forgot I had. And I got an email the other week going, oh, your thing will be delivered in February. I was like, oh, really? Gosh.
It seems a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been doing the festival circuit, building up a lot of buzz.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So I guess when they release it, a lot of people go and get it, because otherwise it comes out under the radar and you've got to wait for it to build. And then I suppose if you're doing print runs of things,
yeah,
it's hard to
just never know.
anticipate what the initial run on them is going to be.
Yeah, I guess the last thing you want is 10,000 Blu-rays just sitting around in your garage.
Exactly.
We've got it over here, January 5th.
Ah, okay.
And the Blu-ray is cheaper than DVD. Go figure.
Don't
It's
get
very
that.
strange.
I'm just
What
hoping
comes
it's
with?
chock full of extras and stuff, because Jason Lee Howden's a really funny guy. So if there's behind-the-scenes stuff, I want to watch all that.
It would be nice if there was some extras and stuff in there as to how they got it. I can't see anything quickly on Amazon. Oh, special features, a commentary.
Well, I'll take that as well.
Featurettes and a music video. So,
Okay.
well, maybe I guess that's a really hard one as well, because how much time and money do you invest into making features if you don't really know if people are going to like your movie? Because I don't know.
I think a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff isn't getting done as much because of the VOD side of things, and films like this tend to do better on VOD. But there is room, I think, for the add-ons to films with VOD. Actually, it can't be that complicated.
No, I mean I bought Pacific Rim online, and there's extra features after the movie. It's like the old VHS. You have to wait till the movie's finished, and then you can watch the extra features.
Oh, they are doing it then. That's good.
So I mean, I haven't seen many like that, but yeah, I mean, if I'm not going to buy the Blu-ray, that's what I want, is the extra features. So yeah, charge me an extra couple of quid or a couple of bucks or whatever, and yeah, I'll buy it with extra features.
Cool.
If they're decent. So now I guess the commentary is the hard part, because you'd have to buy 2 and all that fun stuff. But
yeah,
you can give me behind the scenes and all
well,
that.
no,
because
because you
not
can
costing
switch.
you anything.
No, when you do VOD, you can switch to audio tracks. You just put the commentary on a different audio track, so that's easy enough.
Can you do that on VOD?
Yeah.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, because you can have multi-language tracks on a VOD.
Ah.
It's like having multiple subtitle tracks as well.
I did not know that. Now I do.
I found it often, actually, if you go abroad, I was in France not so long ago, and I was watching TV. If it's digital TV, you can actually switch the language on TV.
That's cool.
Yeah. I did find that very useful. Doesn't work on everything, but on some things you can.
Yeah.
So, another tangent for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Speaking of February next year, we had to talk about it. We have to.
Okay, there's a few things happening in February, so...
Okay. Well, I only know of one thing, other than the fact that it's Valentine's Day and I love you. I didn't post this on our page.
Oh, that's February, is it?
Yes.
So we're talking about the bad things happening in February next year.
Yeah, let's get this out the way before
let's.
someone says, "Hey, you guys haven't talked about this," and I thought you guys would. I was going through. One of the good things with Hulu is that you get to see movie trailers, which is quite cool. So I was kind of flicking through the movie trailers as you do to kill 4.5 hours, and I saw one, and I was like, "Hang on a second, I didn't know that came out. I missed that." Boz would have told me about that one. I thought, no, it can't be. It's got to be not a remake. It's got to be an original. Maybe it's just getting a what do you call it? A reissue.
Remaster? Yeah.
Remaster, reissue, whatever. And I kind of put it on, and it wasn't really working, so I went to work the next day and thought, okay, I'm going to try again on YouTube and see if I can find it. And yeah, unfortunately, I found the 2016 trailer one for the remake of Martyrs.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we love Martyrs. Because we're sick. No, we're not sick. Because we just appreciate incredibly powerful movie making.
Yeah. People who are wrong, like Jonathan Wilkinson, say that it's pretentious French rubbish, but
no,
he's wrong.
Yes, he is. Love you, JBW, but you are completely wrong. This is nothing pretentious about this whatsoever.
And we are doing Big Bag of Wolves soon, I promise.
Awesome. Give me 4 months' notice so I can watch it. Or find it, because I bet it would take off Netflix the day before I go do that. So I'm not going to go into the details of Martyrs and stuff again. It's a very special film. It's not for everybody, but it's incredibly powerful, and it's done incredibly well, and it's right up there. It's the top of the top. In fact, it should be in the pantheon. It's now in the pot of classics. It's now in there. Boom, click.
Yeah.
It's there. Has to be. So, obviously, because it's got subtitles, we have to make it in English now. And I watched the trailer. I'm not adverse to remakes. I watched the trailer, and it just made me so unbelievably angry watching it.
It's like, you can remake a film because it needs to be in a different language, but if you want, you could just change it completely, because it seems to be what they've done.
Yeah. I mean, I think the basics the same. They're still talking about the fact that it's a woman and her childhood friend seeking revenge on who abused her as a child, even though it's not really... Yeah, it is abuse. But it's... I don't understand why they felt the need to change it.
No.
Okay, yeah, Blumhouse is in there, so maybe they're going for a specific type of horror viewing audience. Yeah. Did you not get that bit at the beginning?
No, yeah,
yes.
Right, yeah. Swear word to me at the moment, that is.
And I don't like the fact that they're billing it off the fact that it's from a producer of The Conjuring and Annabelle. Who gives a crap? Take that off. Stop wasting your text. That's just BS. Stop it. I don't care who produced movies. I don't watch a movie because it was produced by someone else.
No.
That's bollocks. That's not why I'm going to watch a movie. And I don't even go to watch a movie sometimes because who directed it. I go to the movie because it interests me. But, and I know this sounds really weird to say, and there's a lot been going on in my life lately with religion and stuff. But to me, they're playing up the religious aspect of this movie way too much. And I don't like that.
Okay.
The first one didn't do that. There was a kind of cultish type group there.
Right at the end.
At the end. And it was religion-based to an extent, but it wasn't built on that.
No.
To me, when I saw it, it didn't feel like a religious movie, or saying that these people were wrong or these people were doing bad things. But this one, to me, just seems to be purely sold on a religious cult. Even to the poster with the big T on it, looking like a cross, going in the bottom of the T, going into the woman's eye.
But it's the voiceover of the trailer as well, and how much information they give you in the trailer. Like, if you watch the original Martyrs, I would want you to not know any of that, because that is the last 10... Okay, no, it's not the last 10 minutes, because you do get a bit of it beforehand.
The last third, maybe.
Yeah, last sort of 40 minutes of the film, half an hour, is about that. But the lead up to that is all mysterious, and you don't know where it's going. Yeah. And I'm sorry to cut across you here, but I'm so friggin' angry with trailer makers at the moment. I've seen 2 in the last week that completely destroy the film for the viewer of the trailer.
That one you liked from your last festival?
Yeah. He Never Died, starring Henry Rollins. I raved about it from the festival. I said, you need to see this film. And then the trailer came along, so I posted it on our Facebook group. Then I had to go back and edit it and say, do not watch this trailer. Because the twist point in the film and the main plot point of the film happen at the same time. Okay, you find out at the same time. But the delivery of that line is hilarious. They put it in the fucking trailer together with the next bit, and you're like you couldn't sell the film on the strengths of you've got action bits, you've got Henry Rollins, you've got a really well shot movie. Do you know, if your fucking trailer editors are that shit, give me the work. Me and Tristan will sit here and do it, and we'll make a trailer that will make people want to watch a movie without giving the fucking plot and the twist points of the movie away. Another film, Shut In. Okay, this one's a little bit more... I'm not so angry about this one, because, to be honest, until the twist happens in that movie, there's not a lot else you could put on the screen. And you'd have to be very cryptic about it, and with horror movies, if it's too cryptic, people go, nah, it looks crap. Yeah. So with that one, they probably did have to show their hand a bit more. You could have done it in a more cryptic way, because again, the twist on that is in the friggin' trailer. You don't need to see the movie, just watch the trailer. Stop doing it! Mm-hmm. Getting off my soapbox, sorry. Carry on.
No, I'm with you on that one. Less is more. Less is always more.
Yeah.
And the more I'm reading about this movie, I'm getting more and more angry and upset about it.
Oh dear.
I want to watch it just so I can say that I've given it a chance, because maybe it's good. Because I don't think it's going to take away anything from my. I know we keep saying this, but I shouldn't be ashamed of the fact that I'm saying I love this movie. Because I'm not loving it because I'm a sicko that tortures women. I just love it for getting made and being purely powerful and cinematic and everything that I love about the horror genre, and I've gone on about. Sorry, I just got Skype. You completely ruined it by Girl Love Kitties 227 just sending me a contact request.
Send her a screenshot from Martyrs. Yes,
I've never had that happen before.
Come round and meet me. This is what happens in my dungeon.
Yes.
Make it go away.
I think we talked about it when the Admiral first had us on the starbase. No, we didn't get the starbase. The Admiral's table. Is that this is what I love about it. You can get the power and everything that you just can't get from a drama or a comedy or anything else.
Yeah.
You don't get this sense of feeling that a movie 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, I still remember what I felt like walking out of cinema.
Yeah.
There's only one other movie that's done that to me, and that's going to get brought up later on in the show. So I don't get that from anything else. And why I'd realised that people want to do remakes and want to get out to a wider audience and stuff, but just don't just tell them why you have to go see this. Don't remake it and try and put your take on it or what you thought of it. Apparently the movie's not a shot-for-shot remake. Instead, it's carrying over the mood and elements of the original film. If you know the original film, will have watched the trailer. It's not carrying over the mood of the original film. The only element it's carrying over is the fact that the trailer tells you what they're trying to do.
I'm going to go and watch it just so I can get on my soapbox again, and I just get really angry talking about it on the show because I like doing that.
Yeah, technically it's an independent film because it was made in less than 20 days. I don't care if it's independent or studio. That shouldn't matter.
But what I don't get is if you've got an idea that's good enough, that is inspired by Martyrs, but is different enough from Martyrs, then call it something else. Or say this movie was inspired by Martyrs, and call it Martyrs of the Religious Northwest. I don't know. Just whatever. Just there's nothing wrong with crediting your inspiration for something.
Yeah.
But don't remake it, because remake implies the other one wasn't good enough for some people.
Exactly.
And
all it is because it's French. That's the only reason that I can think. And you know what? It has to be in French because the head of the little cult in French, she is the best. One of the best things about that movie is when she comes into it and goes through everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And I could sit there and listen to her for hours. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Really sells the whole thing. Sorry.
But
blah, blah, blah.
Those two girls, their performances.
Man.
I'm sorry, if these American actresses come anywhere close, I'll be impressed.
Yes.
And I'll give them their fair dues if they do. Because the presence these girls have on screen in the original just it's very difficult to top.
Yes. And to know that girl got hurt and then came back.
Yes.
And got into that mindset.
4 months later, just picked up where she left off. Just incredible.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Martyrs, go watch it. Come on.
If you haven't heard our episode on it, then go back and listen to that.
Go back and listen to it. Sorry, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, I'm not putting that on our page. I can't.
No.
So,
but I will go and see it. I will take one for the team again.
It comes out in theatres January 22nd here, but then it comes out in VOD early February.
Yeah, it won't hit theatres here, I'm telling you now.
So when it comes out on VOD, I promise I will set aside the time when the kids are gone one weekend and put it on. I'm not going to want to do it, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to calm down, and I'm going to have some beers, so I can throw them at the TV, and I'll watch it.
We'll coordinate on this one then.
Yes, we could do a Skype live viewing.
In other festival news, although I wasn't planning because it's a bajillion miles away, it looks as though I may be getting to Fright Fest Glasgow again next year.
No way.
Yeah, because the only reason I got to go last year was because I had a job in Scotland. Now my company doesn't officially cover Scotland, but it's just you get the odd one-off special projects thing, and I'm involved in that kind of thing. So I was up there, and I made it work. And weirdly, they've asked for a maintenance call. It's like, can you hold off till February? So if I could line the dates up, I'll go up with work and then carry on and go to Fright Fest again.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, it'd be really good if I could catch that again, because I love the atmosphere up there. It was great.
Yeah, I only went there once, but it was a nice little atmosphere. So it was different. I can't even remember what movies I saw. Oh, yes, I can. That movie stuck with me. And not in a good way, because I still don't know what to make of the movie. Adam Green's baby one.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Grace. Is it Grace?
Oh, that's on Netflix. All right.
Is it?
Now I know that's Adam Green. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, watch it. And then we'll chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, excellent.
Is it great? It's not coming up on his IMDb page. Weird.
Well, there's one in it is a picture of a baby bottle and the word Grace, and I only spotted it today. So that's just become available.
I wonder why that's not on his IMDb page. I'm sure he's behind it.
Would you like me to check? Because I was just scrolling horror.
Yeah, that's really weird. Maybe he didn't direct it. Maybe he wrote it or something. And I got to look somewhere else. But I'm positive he did that.
Of course, now I'm not going to be able to find it.
Oh, because yeah, it's always the way. Oh, that Grace is a producer on it. No, he's more than a producer. I thought he was more. No, he is just a producer. The director and the writer is Paul Soleil.
Oh, okay.
Or Solid. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I watched that in 2009, and I still don't know what to make of it.
Right. Ambiguous.
Yeah, I'm not going to go anymore on that one.
Okay. I shall view and we'll chat.
Make sure you're not in a good mood when you watch it.
Okay. So.
Yes. There you go. We hit an hour. Almost. And we still haven't even covered what our lovely topic's going to be.
No.
No. Then you can do the usual. You know, here's the Christmas horror top 5. If you want to see what people's Christmas horror top 5s are, go on Google and Google top 5 Christmas horror movies, and you'll get Santa Sleigh, or maybe not good ones, but you'll get Silent Night and Black Christmas and all that
Frost.
stuff. Yeah, Jack Frost, Santa Sleigh, tons of other ones. And you know what? I haven't seen any of them. I don't think I want to see any of them. I don't care.
I've heard good things about Black Christmas, but I still keep forgetting to watch it. In fact, that's going to be my Christmas movie this year. I'm going to make sure I watch that.
I know I should, and all that stuff, and I know I should go back and watch all the classics. And I'm bad at doing that, and I know you're bad at doing that too.
I am.
But
yeah.
It's like, you know what? There's classics for a reason, and that's because you saw them at that time.
Yeah. I'm actually writing a blog post about this at the moment, where I have said that things were made when they were made for an intended audience at that time. If you watch them later and out of context, they can't ever have the same impact on you. So if you are watching them, you're just watching them to say, yes, I appreciate this movie for what it is, what it's done, and what it was at the time. But if I very much doubt I'm going to come away from any of them loving them.
Yes.
But I'm willing to be wrong on that, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to be wrong on some stuff. But that's where I am with a lot of the older stuff, and I think that's where I am with the movie that shall not be named. Because I didn't see it at the right time. I didn't. So you've got to see a lot. The biggest movies that have the biggest impact on you are always when you're young. That's why Halloween still scares the absolute crap off me. I will be 95 on my deathbed, and I'll still swear that Michael Myers is hiding behind the closet. I can't. I'm a big wuss. But I saw it at a youngish age, imprinted on me. That's it. He's my boogeyman.
Yeah.
Always has been, always will be. So what we're going to do, if I can quickly round out my top 5, is give you a top 5 list of inappropriate movies to watch during the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Because why not?
It'd be different. So what's the most inappropriate thing to watch in this time? Happy time of year.
Yes. Grandma's round, the in-laws round, the kids are sitting there playing with the toys, and you go, let's put on a movie.
Yeah, or it's the thing you just don't want anybody just to open the door and go, what are you watching?
Exactly. So we have I kind of have 5, but it really should be a tie, but I might have to sneak it out to 5. I'm
Okay.
not sure. I maybe let Boz go first.
Right.
But before we do that, because we don't really do top movies of the year, or anything that we've watched and all that fun stuff, because everybody else does that, and as you can tell, we're not.
Well, it's
not
not
you, obviously.
It wouldn't
It's
be
not
fair
our
this
thing.
year. It wouldn't be fair this year because it's obviously Deathgasm.
Well, it's Deathgasm for you, but to me, it's still Tusk.
Okay.
I watched that in January, way back at the beginning of the year, first week in January, and nothing has topped that for me, in the true horror sense.
Cool.
I've seen more movies that I've enjoyed, but I can't rank higher than Tusk because it's still that martyr's feeling. I still know what I felt like watching it in the depths of depression as I saw him come to accept what happened.
Yeah.
It still tugs me on that. So for me, 2015 is my year of the Tusk.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I think it's a much maligned movie, and there's a lot more to it than just a stupid idea come up on a podcast. I think if you're paying attention to what's going on, it's really dark and it's quite upsetting.
Yes.
At the same time, being hilarious. So.
Oh yeah, completely hysterical at times, and then you are watching and going, "What the am I watching?"
Yeah.
And I say I turned it off. If people don't believe, go back and listen to shows from a while ago, or go back and look on Facebook from the beginning of the year, and you will see my post where I turned it off.
Yeah.
But I went back the next day, picked it up from where I left off, and it just blew me away. So that is my movie of the year, if not decade so far.
I bet nobody could have called that either.
I don't think anybody. I wouldn't have called it because I went back and listened to the show where you and JBW talked about it, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" No way, I'm going to enjoy that movie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I should cover. I've not managed. It's been so chaotic this side of this year that I've not managed to do the roundup show of this year's Night of the Dead. It was actually Day of the Dead. We saw Tusk on last year. I still have all the rundowns with the usual crew of the films we saw, and I will be trying to get a show together probably, but it'll have to be January now. So that'll be a little bonus show, so look out for that one.
Yeah.
So some good stuff there.
Yes. So I just had to throw that in, just to tick the box to say we'd done it.
Q.
And then Deathgasm for you has to be.
Yeah, it's no contest.
It's your movie of the century.
Nothing's made me smile that much this year. Just honestly. Seen some good films as well, but yeah, that's coming out well on top for me.
Yeah.
But I do love the horror comedies. Although, still looking for that Martyr's Tusk area sort of film. Nothing's done that for me yet, so I'm still looking.
It's a tough one to do.
It is.
It's a very tough one to do. Many have tried and many have failed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as we keep telling you people, if you've seen it and you think it's your Martyrs, it's your Tusk, and you haven't heard us talk about it, let us know. We don't need a 15-page email from you. Just give us a one-liner on Facebook or wherever, or a quick email to podofhorrors@simplysyndicated.com. Just say, "This is my Martyrs, this is my Tusk."
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what you guys say. And if you're telling us it's that, and don't do it just to be a DICK, please, then you can almost guarantee that we're going to seek it out and find it and watch it. To see.
Sorry, there is one I've heard about, but I've not managed to find it anywhere. So maybe people can let me know where I could get my hands on it. It's called the Poughkeepsie Tapes. And
okay, sounds like found footage.
Yes, I think it is, and I think it's pretty extreme from what I've heard. I think it was the guys over at the podcast Under the Stairs, which is a very fine horror podcast. Not that I should be promoting the competition, but I do like what they do.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Duncan's awesome, and so is the Baz. So if you're looking for more horror, get over and check them out. They're good guys. But yeah, they've mentioned the Poughkeepsie Tapes many times, but I've never seen it anywhere. So if you know where I can get hold of it, please.
2007 movie.
So that could be what
Yeah, in an abandoned house in Poughkeepsie, New York, murder investigators uncover hundreds of tapes showing decades of a serial killer's work.
Oh, that could be right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bookmark that one. Cool. Okay, so our top 5 inappropriate movies to watch at Christmas. Go. You go first.
Right, number 5. I was trying to think of like films that were sort of Christmassy, but that would be quite shocking for some people. And I've gone with The Shining for number 5.
Ooh.
Because I was also thinking, what is Christmas? Christmas is a time for giving and sharing and having and caring and receiving and giving and caring and family. And I thought, what could be more family than a man going insane at a typewriter and then chasing his family around a hotel with an axe trying to kill them just because. So, yeah, I picked The Shining. And it's snowing, which is kind of Christmassy. And Jack Nicholson ends up as a meat popsicle.
Spoiler. I think I said it Christmas time because I think they shut down for Christmas.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Good choice.
Maybe it's not that inappropriate, though. Maybe it's too appropriate. So that's why it's at the bottom of my list.
Good choice, though.
He is Jack Frost, if you think about it.
Oh, nice. Oh, boys. Okay, well, my number 5, which I'll put there, is also one which... I was kind of trying to think, okay, what do you do at Christmas? You have the family around. You all get round the table and have dinner. Or you open presents. It's just a time for kind of love and hugs and good times and fights and arguments and bitching and all that fun stuff. And I am going with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, no! I knew this was going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That is
on your
that
list?
is my number 4 selection. Hey, we're going to get through this a bit quicker, I think.
Because it's the dinner table scene.
Yes. They're having a nice, quiet family dinner, and these annoying teenagers keep trying to gate crash their dinner party.
Yeah. I mean, how rude.
Yeah.
And how rude when she is invited to the table. She just screams the entire time.
Yeah.
Very rude.
No manners.
I know. So I just had to put that as my number 5.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They ruined their Christmas dinner. I'd chop up the chainsaw too if they did that to my family. Obviously, I wouldn't.
Okay. No. Little Pot of Horrors only talks about things like this and never actually does things like this. Honest Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, there are exceptions for some people. Floppy head, divvy, racist, right wing. Yeah, don't get me started.
Don't, because I live in fear these days that I'm going to get kicked out at one point during the night. So, got to become a citizen quick. So I guess that jumps me up to number 4 then. Damn, I was hoping I had more time to think about this. Okay, so you are Christmas time. You don't have family, so you have a bunch of friends. And so what do? You have a bunch of friends. You decide, you know what, we're going to go away. We're going to have some party time, and we're just going to do lots of inappropriate teenage things. So we're going to go to a cabin. We're probably going to go to a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
And we're not going there, but we're going to Eli Roth's Cabin Fever.
Oh, okay, nice. Cabin in the woods. Ooh.
I'm almost finished watching Cabin in the Woods again, by the way, and it's going up in my estimations.
It's a great film.
It is. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, Cabin Fever, because I'd really put it on there for the complete gross out factor of it. I've not seen it in a long time, but it's from what I remember, it's when the poop happens. It's disgusting.
Hey, Gordon, I haven't shaved my legs since I saw that movie.
I don't blame you. Oh, it's very, very well done.
It is.
And it would just completely, if you put it on after Christmas, your dinner is coming up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So yes, so Cabin Fever is my number 4.
Scores highly on the boober meter, as I recall, as well.
Yes, it does, because she has to do it. Because she's about to die. I love it. Oh, I need to go back and watch that again.
Boobometer, boobometer, however you want to say it.
Oh,
it's been
awesome.
neglected of late.
It has, but Cabin Fever does have it on there, and it's completely gratuitous.
Yes, it is. Well, the thing is, if you see Eli Roth interviewed about making that film, and he's like, if you're gonna make horror, go big or go home. Don't shy back from, American Horror Story nipple tape things. It's like, if you're making a horror film, make a horror film.
Yes, this is why we love them.
Everything comes with it.
Why they have some of them have their place, and that's exactly what is needed in this particular one.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be in that certain, especially given some of the choices I'm going for later. It's got to be in that particular subsection genre of horror.
Yes,
where the boobs are appropriate and welcome. Not always appropriate.
No. See the woman for a baby.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there are uncomfortable boobs too.
I'm going to share something. If you haven't seen it on Facebook already, I'll share it with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about boobs, and it made me laugh so much.
Okay.
What's your number 3?
Oh, I thought you were going to share it now. It's a visual, is it?
It's a visual one, yes.
Okay, sorry. Right.
It's about boobs.
I'll see it later.
Or boobies, but it's funny.
Right. My number 3. It actually carries on the theme of family dinner. Uh-huh. Everybody sitting around, getting together, festive time. And then somebody just gets shot with a crossbow. Yeah, the film I've gone for is You're Next.
Ding, 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 ding. Guess what my number 3 is?
I knew there was a risk of this.
I like to see we're on the same wavelength on this one here.
It's
scary.
alarming that they're coming up at very similar number levels as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just the perfect family, subversive family movie. It's like everything that's wrong about families. It's the opposite of Christmas good cheer and everything else.
Yes, it is.
And it just has some of the most gloriously brutal home invasion solutions I've ever seen. I still love that movie, and I really, really want to get around to watching it again. It's been on the list for a while.
Yeah,
Great
I don't
film.
hold it in high praise, obviously, but it's one of those ones where you're thinking about it. It's like, yeah, you're all going to die.
Makes me really want a smoothie.
Oh, damn. Okay, Hip, that's good then, because that pushes back off me, back onto you. Ah.
Oh, does it? Okay, so I've got to go for my number 2.
Yes, you do.
Now, my number 2 is going to probably shock people that it's number 2, because this is the number 2 inappropriate movie that if somebody walked in and you were watching, they would be completely horrified to see you watching. So I have, of course, gone for a Serbian film.
You bastard. I never thought of that one.
I thought I thought I'd stolen your number one choice or something.
No, because I went for movie. See, I was going for movies I've actually seen.
Okay.
I was going to put like Cannibal Holocaust and things like that in there, but I was like, I haven't seen it, so people you question me on it, I'll be like, Skype clash. So I kept those kind of ones off, but good choice.
Now, yeah, our list has to be things we've seen, and of course I've seen all the most stuff. I see the stuff that I can tell Gordon, don't watch that, because you can never ever erase it from your brain. Trust me.
Which makes me want to watch those ones.
I know, it did me as well, but some of them, trust me, it's not worth it. Because a Serbian film upset me. For days it was on my mind. And we talk about looking for that film that can do that to you. But it's got to have something else to it. And I've struggled with this since watching it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at reviews of a Serbian film, they're either 5-star or 0 stars, because people are like, oh, it's just disgusting for the sake of disgusting. And when I say disgusting, it's more because it is the sexual side of disgusting.
Yeah.
It isn't really. It is horror. It is horrible, but it's sexual horror, and with that, I really struggle. And it's going to make me look really stupid for my number 1 choice. But yeah, a Serbian film has scenes in it you just can't erase from your brain once you've seen them. And if I was watching that on Christmas Day and a family member walked in, they'd probably call the police.
Quite possibly.
Get him out of my house now. No, I mean, I will never watch this film again. Like, no morbid curiosity. I'm not watching this film again.
Been there, done that. next.
Yeah, don't do it.
Number 2 for me is a similar one, although I kind of want to go back in a weird way. This is a movie that came out fairly recently. Not fairly recently. I went to see this because I bought into the hype. Because I'm that kind of guy. If you're doing a lot of hype about a movie and go, this is the most disgusting movie ever.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, ooh, this is the number 1 movie on my list now.
Yeah.
So I went to see it because of that. And it is 2009's Antichrist.
Okay.
Which, obviously, the name itself is kind of the opposite of Christmas. And is an incredibly difficult watch if you have seen it. And if people are coming into it at the very end, there are a lot of very disturbing scenes involving penises. Yes. That stick with you for a little bit. But I mean, it's a movie that I don't understand, because I'm just not that clever, and I don't really know if Mr. Von Trier meant for me to understand it, or if there's an understanding thing in it at all. When I watched it, I went through it. What does the fox say? The fox says something in that movie. I can't remember what he says, but that's what the fox says.
Yeah, that's one of the freakiest bits, actually.
Yes. I knew it was coming because it had been ruined. And this was probably one of the first movies, actually, that I lost a lot of respect for film critics. Because, and I even went back and looked at Martyrs, because a lot of critics who get paid to write reviews, who go to see these movies for free, wrote about these movies having not finished them.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I was like, no, you can't do that. You have no right to put your name on a review if you have not finished the movie.
No, I reviewed Human Centipede 3 because I watched the whole fucking thing, and the scars are in my brain. I paid the price to review that film. Sorry, carry on.
So there are a few reviews out there where people go, this is disgusting, I walked out, blah, blah, blah. Who cares if you walked out? You have no right to review it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a very difficult movie to watch. It's a very heartfelt subject. About a couple losing their son, where they're doing the rumpy pumpy, and then kind of going to a cabin and trying to find themselves, and things go batshit. So yeah, not one for Granny to watch. No, unless Granny likes that kind of things. But yeah, that's my number 2.
The thing is about that, I mean, it always gets squarely put in the horror genre, but it's really a psychological thriller, not thriller even. It's a psychological film. It's about depression and heartache and the road back, and it just happens to have some rather graphic scenes at the end of it. They go, stick it in the horror category, and it's like, no, I don't know. Has to be because of that, doesn't it? But that's what forces it in there. If those scenes weren't there, where would it lie?
Oh yeah, definitely squarely in the drama section.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of what she does, then yeah, it pushes it into the horror category.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I don't see it as it's really on our plate in that respect, but it is. So
hey, give me a break. I was struggling to get.
No, sorry. I'm not saying your choice isn't valid because it is a horror film, but I'm just.
But yeah, it's one of those ones that it's a very fine line that it walks.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So is this down to our number 1s?
Down to number 1.
Can you do yours first? Because there's no topping mine.
Okay. My number one is a joint number 1, and it's the most obvious number 1 in the entire world. Because again, what is Christmas supposed to be about?
Presents.
Damn it. Is it? Yeah. Fat men in suits. We're talking... Oh, I'm not going to go there. It's obviously about the birth of baby Jesus. So what are 2 movies that are completely against religion? The Exorcist and The Omen.
Okay.
So I had to go there. They're just 2 movies that are really the complete opposite of what the spirit of Christmas is. And yeah, I just had to go there and be that obvious. I'm sorry.
Imagine Christmas morning, your parents walk in. Your mother done socks in hell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good call. That is a good call. That is the complete antithesis of Christmas, I believe.
Well, yeah, because they're two movies and basically where Satan wins.
Yes.
Depending how you take the end of The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I guess that's up for debate.
Mm.
But yes, he may be the bad guy, but he kind of wins in a way. So, yeah, I'm sick. I apologise.
No, Gordon, you're not sick, because there's my number one, which is also a joint number one, ironically enough.
You're going there, aren't you?
I am going there, and I haven't gone there. Okay, so this is Arrow Films' fault. I love you, Arrow. You do the most amazing digital remastering, polishing, audio cleanup, beautiful DVD presentation packages of beloved old films, and you've done such a good job with this particular series. I ended up buying both 1 and 2, and both 1 and 2 for my number one choice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Necromantic and Necromantic 2. These are two films that I saw in my mid-teens, which at the time messed with my head in a way I can barely even describe, left me mentally scarred, and I went through the rest of my life saying, when I say there are things you can't unsee, these are the films I'm talking about. Now, I thought, well, okay, look, especially when they played Necromantic at the remaster, they played it at Fright Fest last year, and Jörg Buttergeist was there. And I was like, oh, I could go and see it, but I didn't. But it's like, I almost wanted to see how he sort of justifies making this film. I've tried to rewatch the first one. I'm about halfway through it, and the feeling in the pit of my stomach halfway through this movie, it just pulls you down into the depths, and you feel like nobody else could be in this room while I'm watching it. I don't want anyone else walking in while I'm watching it. I don't really want anybody to know that I have watched it. But at the same time, you look at what he did with that first film. It was released in 1987. He wrote, produced, filmed. It was shot on a high-8 film, I think, or something like that. A really low video grade. Some of the acting's appalling, but they managed to make this absolute gross-out movie, which is basically about a couple, one of whom works for a crime scene cleanup company, effectively, who steals body parts and keeps them in jars. And you think, oh, he's this really creepy guy who just goes home and does this stuff, and he's sort of putting a heart in a jar to pickle it. And his girlfriend walks up behind him and kisses him on the neck, and you're like, oh, it's a couple who like dead things. Isn't that sweet? And one day, there's this really terrible, and I don't remember the music being quite so hokey, but it lends the only comedy there is to this film. And there's a guy sitting in an apple orchard with this really terrible air rifle, just trying to randomly shoot birds drinking beer. And his neighbour's next door picking apples out of the tree and gets shot in the neck and falls off his ladder. And the guy goes, oh, shit, finds him, sticks him in a wheelbarrow, dumps him in the water. And then this cleanup crew come and recover the body, by which time it's pretty much half decayed. You can see between the ribs all the internal organs and stuff like that. And they cart it away. And they go to this guy, oh, yeah, you put the van away or whatever. So he basically takes the body, sticks it in the boot of his car, and takes it home instead. And
I don't know what I watched this.
Yeah, so then there's a threesome, obviously. And that scene is the bit that I remember for two reasons. Obviously, the horrible visuals, which aren't that... They use this sort of ghosting method. They overlay the footage over itself, so it's sort of ghosted, and it's not too clear. Okay. Which makes it a little bit easier to take, but at the same time, it's really not. But there's a piece of music which is now iconic in horror. The only thing that it can be equated to is the Exorcist theme tune. In that when you hear it, you get that feeling in your... if the Exorcist had an effect on you, get that feeling in your chest, that knotting up. This music destroys me when I hear it, because my brain associates it with something so dreadful. So to watch it was just terrible. Just make me feel terrible. But at the same time, looking at it going, it's basically a really fucked up love story. And it's been handled with real care and attention. And there's a reason, if you look at this film on IMDb, it gets something like 5.4 out of 10. It scores an absolutely square 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Excuse the pun with that. Because I understand there are just people who find it unwatchable drivel, but there are other people going, well, if this film can make me feel this way, and it isn't just being, it's not a Mordham's Underground, whatever the hell that crap was, which is just sick for the sake of sick with no merit whatsoever to it. This is a filmmaker has made this, and he's tried to make something powerful and strong and beautiful, but it's about the most ugly and disgusting thing you could possibly imagine. And it's as extreme goes, if you ask me. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. That's my most inappropriate pick. But also, I've got these two movies, and they're on Blu-ray, and I've had them weeks now, and I've got through half of one. And Necromantic 2, all I remember is a final scene in that, which no one's going to watch these. I'm not encouraging people to watch these. I'm going to spoil the ending of Necromantic 2, so you don't have to watch it, because my description of it is going to be bad enough. And you don't need to see this. Because actually, as far as I remember when I saw it all those years ago, the effects were so believable, that's why it upset me so much. I can't even remember the plot, and this is why I've got it again, because I want to see it, because maybe watching it will erase some of the bad feeling about it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if I could see it and pick holes in it maybe, or I can look at it and go, oh, that looks shit now. Oh, why was I so worried? It's nothing but compared to today. I'm kind of hoping it goes that way. The last scene in it is the couple consummating their relationship, and halfway through she pulls out a machete, she's on top, and basically decapitates him and finishes the consummation while his head is separate from his body. That was aped in a Serbian film, because that's the most upsetting scene in that film. Yeah. I feel horrible even talking about this.
Yes, and that kind of goes along with what the DVD cover art is, kind of.
Yes, yeah, it's a bit spoilery on that, I suppose.
Yeah, the DVD cover art is very, very, very... you don't want that around the kids.
No. I hide the boxes away as well.
Yes.
But the second one, Arrow have packaged it with a companion booklet, the soundtrack. It's such a beautifully produced piece of, film collector item is whatever stuff. It's something you want to have but never watch.
Oh yeah, I've had many of those movies that I've just bought, and people have said, "Why do you have that?" Just because it's so I can say I have it.
Yeah, it's a collector's item. It really is.
It's a weird thing, but yeah, I spent money just so I can say I have it. Leave me alone. Yeah, my money.
I mean, obviously, for the longest time, this was banned here. It's only just been given a certificate by the British Blind and Shutter Association, and
they do great work.
Never gonna live that down.
You're not. I'm surprised you didn't give more crap about that, to be honest.
I'm just going to say that every time now. That's it. Yeah, so it's only just got certificates, so they've been allowed to do it. But I don't think the demand for it's going to be particularly high in normal circles. So if I do manage to finish these two films, and if my opinions change, I will come back. And if it mentally scars me further, then you'll probably hear about that too.
Yeah, see, and I want to watch it so I can say I've watched it, and then I don't want to watch it because I'm like, there is no mindset in the entire world that I'm going to be able to get into to be able to put that movie on. Or go, hey honey, yeah, I know the kids are gone, but yeah, let's just snuggle on the couch and watch a nice little rom-com.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's handy when the third person in your threesome you just hang up on the wall afterwards to drip into plates.
I've got to eat after this.
The thing is, he's so decomposed already. That's the bit I don't get. I mean, if it was a fresh cadaver, I could sort of almost, but the first one they get their hands on, he's been in the water a few weeks. he's grey. You know, it's
Do you realise you were just talking about justifications of doing that? You know, it's fresh. I can see them. I can see that. Yeah, but it's fresh. But no, it's rotten. It's just disgusting.
I mean, the actors, fair play to them because they make it believable. I mean,
it's these Germans for you.
The guy at one point sucks out an eyeball and spits it back into the socket in a very romantic way. Have I said too much? I've said too much, haven't I?
You've just spoiled it now. That's just it. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I was when you watch it. You just go.
I love it when you're just looking up the IMDb cast and you just see prostitute, 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 prostitute. You're like, okay, this movie's got a lot of prostitutes in it.
Well, I was watching it the other night. Lavinia had been out in the city or something. I was like, oh well. She said, oh, can you come pick me up at the train station? So I stopped watching it to go and get her. And she said, oh, we'll get food on the way back. And I'm like, really not hungry. I don't fancy anything. What about Chinese? No, Chinese is slimy. I don't want anything slimy.
Nothing at all. And it's interesting that it does quite sound like apparently the director did it as an FU to the German film rating system. So
there you go. Well, that makes sense then.
It sounds one of those ones, doesn't it?
I've never heard his justification for it, which is another reason I wanted to get these collector's discs because there's so many additional bits on there.
Yeah.
From him and stuff. Bit. Yeah, just to really understand what's behind it. And to be honest, if I understand the thinking behind it a bit more, maybe I'll be more sympathetic. Unlike a Serbian film, you can never do enough of that to make me appreciate it. Because the whole conceit for making it in the first place is bullshit. Sorry, don't get me started on that again.
No. There you go, people. There's some movies for you to not enjoy with the family over the festive period. Or maybe to enjoy with the family if you really don't like them and go, here you go, I'm putting a movie on. If you don't like it, get out. So.
I do apologise if you're listening to this on Christmas morning and you're just about to have your roast dinner.
Yes. Enjoy. That's it. So there's our festive guide.
Yeah. I feel like I really brought that down.
You did. You took it to a new level there.
Hey, but if you can get hold of it, find A Christmas Horror Story. If it's on VOD and you want a Christmassy horror movie that actually is Christmassy, and when it finishes you still feel Christmassy, but you've just watched a horror movie, that's the one you want. Brilliant little film. Go find it.
I've got it on my list to look at. I haven't seen it pop up on VOD yet. But
it's got to come out before Christmas or that.
Really weird.
Utter morons.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it might pop up during the Christmas New Year break or whatever.
Because Tales of Halloween, I'm expecting to pop up next Halloween now, because I've not seen it anyway.
Popped up on VOD. I've seen it on VOD. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw it on VOD.
What a waste.
But yeah, it sounds like a Netflixer for next year.
Should have been big cinema push for Halloween. Would have done really well.
Let's say it was strange this year. Halloween horror movies just did not happen. Very, very strange.
Yeah.
Maybe we're coming to the end.
No.
No, but I mean, okay, it happens. They all kind of die off for a little bit, and then it gets the next surge in horror.
True. We need that new franchise, don't we, really?
Yeah, we must be due for it soon. We've been going a long time with the Saw and the not Poltergeist, Paranormal Activities and stuff. So, we've kind of been riding that wave.
Hey, maybe it'll be Necromantic 3 next year.
And on that note... Oh, I don't know. I was going somewhere then. I can't remember. Did you see Krampus?
No, I didn't get there in the end.
Okay, that's fine.
It was on for 10 minutes and I missed it.
Yeah, it was the same here.
Yeah.
It went and gone. And nothing sounds more horrifying than the fact it's actually based on a true urban legend. Which I didn't realise, and now I never want to go to Austria or Germany on December 1st.
I've heard it's quite horrible when they're all stomping around town.
I mean, doesn't that just sound like the worst thing possible?
No.
That's like the Purge.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
I'd dress up as one of them, that's all. To try and intimidate them back. I'm a bigger Krampus than you.
Crap out of them. With a machete. That's what it just sounds like as a freaking lead up to the Purge. Those people are weird.
Yeah.
How can that be fun?
I'd be a fat Krampus.
Yeah, I had my padding for my Santa.
A Vampus.
Vampus. Oh, that's like a Vampus. Oh. It's werewolves, not werewolves. Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
This is a nice little shortishy one for you guys. We didn't think it would go this long.
No, we didn't actually. We're like, they had 3 hours last time. Fuck them.
Yes. So, if you're still making it through that, God bless you. Yeah, so this is a wee short one for you. Have a merry... I'm going to say that again in sober speak. Have a very Merry Christmas, or hope you've had a very Merry Christmas when you're listening to this.
Yes.
And everybody's been good for you, and they haven't had any bad times, and a good new year, and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
And may 2016 be whatever you want it to be. So it is.
It's going to be a movie-packed year, that's for one thing.
Hopefully it's a good one. Is it?
Yeah!
For you? What's am I missing something?
Well, not horror.
Yeah, because there's just nothing coming out for that.
Oh, there's always something. There's always something.
Nothing I'm looking forward to.
But we got Deadpool coming in February, so... And we have Pride and Prejudice and Zombies coming early. Sorry?
Yeah, it's going to be awful.
Early 2016.
But Deadpool I'm looking forward to, actually.
Yeah.
That looks hilarious.
Can't wait.
So it is. I've just watched the trailers for that too many times. Fun.
So I think to play out there, we'll have to get some cheerful Christmas music on, and we should play the love scene from Necromantic Piano Concerto.
And on that note, send your emails to the Little Pot of Horrors. No, you don't. Stop it. Screw it. Send them to the littlepotofhorrors@gmail.com. You're obviously not sending them to potofhorrors@simplysyndicated.com, so send them to the littlepotofhorrors@gmail.com.
Just send it to one of them.
Done. Send it. Facebook.com/the Little Pot of Horrors. Twitter. Who the hell's on Twitter anymore? Nobody. Freaking die.
Gordon's angry with the world. You see, you only seen Necromantic and it's made you that fed up.
I'm just sick of it all. Social media's crap. We're all going to die and kill ourselves and all that bollocks. We're all going to get deported, and the Battle Royale will happen next year. It will. Damn it.
So to quote Corey Taylor, Merry fucking Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you really.
I don't. Bye. If you would like to get in touch with the show,
please send an email to
podofhorrors@simplysyndicated.com.
Tweet @podofhorrors.
Or visit the Facebook group.
Facebook.com/The Little Pot of Horrors.
Also, make sure to check out our blog
at thelittlepotofhorrors.com
for updates,
polls,
and other thoughts on how Ron Gordon has... other thoughts on the horror genre.
Thank you.